Welcome back to Detroit as we move on to the losers bracket of the play-in tournament for the Eastern Conference for 2023. If you remember back to yesterday's episode, we dropped a heartbreaker in Orlando, missing out on the 7th seed, but we do have one final chance to claim the final spot of the Eastern Conference playoffs. With a win over Philly, we would claim the 8th seed and go up against the Atlanta Hawks, who are owners of the best record in the NBA this year. But we will not be looking forward to the Hawks because we do have to get through Philly first. So here's what the engine believes is going to happen here. We are favored by 1 point while playing in Detroit. So this is going to be a tight one. Their top scorer is Karl Anthony Towns, who they traded for after moving Joel Embiid to Minnesota. He's also their top rebounder at 10 per game, so he's averaging 20 and 10. And their top assist guy is Ben Simmons at 6.7 assists per game. So those are the two big names we're looking out for. Now, just like against Orlando, I like to check out the league leaders by team. And when it comes to three-point attempts, Philadelphia shoots the third least in the entire league. When it comes to percentage, they have the 7th worst three-point shooting percentage in the league. But that must be a little skewed because if we go over to Philly's dashboard and check their stats, their newly acquired center, Karl Anthony Towns. Let's take a look at his shooting stats. While he shoots 64% of his shots from 2-point range, he's only hitting 42% of them. On the flip side, 36% of his shots are coming from 3-point line, and he's hitting that at a 42% clip as well. So he's shooting equally as well from 2-point range as he is from 3-point range. And when we dive into his player stats and his shot chart, look at where he hits from. He's a great shooter from all 5 spots beyond the arc and at the rim. So while Philly is, over the season, is notoriously one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league, I think things have been a bit different over the last 26 games with Karl Anthony Towns in Philly. And of course there's no playoffs here because that first playing game doesn't count as a playoff game. So as you can see, he's a great shooter from outside, which is scary. Now if we go into their stats, three-point shooters, Karl Anthony Towns shoots the most. Kendrick Nunn, Tobias Harris, Shake Milton all shoot respectively well from the three-point land, and they're all in their starting lineup. Now, against Orlando, they were a bad shooting team. We went zone to try to keep them out of the lane. They had a good shooting game against us. We lost. It's almost like flipping a coin. If they have a bad shooting game, then you could probably chalk us up for a win. But if we're going to let them sit and shoot open threes and they hit, we're going to lose. So with that said, we are definitely going to be backing off our zone, and we're going to try to play this one a lot more straight up and just try to slow them down. Now, if Karl Anthony Towns wants to launch threes with a defender on him, be my guest. But we're going to have to take our chances with that. Now, Ben Simmons, on the other hand, if we can drill back over to him, let's go into the stats. So Ben Simmons, as you can see, is a very good inside shooter. As we know, he's not a good outside shooter. But look at this shot chart. So yes, he has a couple three-point spots that he is shooting above average at, which is very surprising actually. Actually, I didn't realize how high this was. Shooting 33% from 3 this year, which is a huge improvement. So we definitely don't want to give him any open looks, but look what happens inside the arc. Unless he's at the rim, he's struggling to shoot the ball. So, again, I wouldn't mind zoning him to keep him away from the rim, but I'm not going to play my defense around slowing Ben Simmons' offensive game because then it allows the other four players in the starting lineup to kind of get theirs, and that's really I don't want to do a 1-for-4 kind of trade here. So we are going to focus on playing this straight up and hoping that we can slow everybody down, force them into tougher shots, and then try to get out of here with a win. Now, another thing I need to consider is upping the minutes. This could be the last game of our season. And as we saw, Isaiah Stewart balled out against Orlando. So I'm going to start giving him a few more minutes. And I actually don't want him playing the whole first quarter like that. So you know what? I might do first four, last four, first four, last four. So he's at 32 minutes. That's not too bad. I think Levine needs to see more minutes. Get him up to 36 is good. And I think Sadiq Bey's shooting is going to be something we need. So yeah, we're really going to ride our starters here. And you know what? Give me some more Cade. I need more Cade. Alright, we're going to try to ride them a little bit more on this one. So, our strategy. Let's see what our strategy looks like. Now, I did toy with the idea of starting Landry Miller, but with how well Isaiah Stewart played against Orlando, and then we went away from him, we're going to keep that the same, so that's fine. I'm going to take Kai Jones off of our top defensive list because I don't want to have to rely on him. I'm going to take Covington off, so I really just want my best defenders out here. So Cade I want on, we'll go perimeter player. You know what? Any player. Any player. So, I'm actually going to put Zach LaVine. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go back. Let's drill into our stats. Let's not make a mistake here and just assume things. So, I want to go into the miscellaneous stats. So, Cade Cunningham is stopping 70% of his drives this season. He's also been playing a lot of power forward, so he's stopping some power forward drives, which isn't all that impressive. Zach LaVine is only stopping 59% of them, so that's a little concerning. Killian Hayes, though, stopping 87% of drives. So, let's see what he looks. 5 defensive ability. I almost want to put the smaller, peskier Killian Hayes on Ben Simmons and see if you can just keep him out of the lane and staying in front of him. Sadiq Bey plays pretty well on the defensive. Rubio at oh boy. So do we make the move here and go Rubio as a primary defender against Ben Simmons to kind of slow him down, give us a veteran steady hand in the starting lineup? Oh boy. Let's compare Rubio. Yeah, see, Killian Hayes plays better. We play better when he's on the court than when he's off. True shooting percentage. I mean, they're not really scorers, so I'm not all that concerned with it. Better rebounder. But that's marginal. Assist percentage are nearly identical. Turnover percentage is huge. So what do the turnover numbers look like? Basics. Let's see the per 36. You know what? So I think what we're going to do here, I'm going to switch things up. I'm going to swap Killian Hayes and Ricky Rubio. And I'm going to make Rubio the main defender on Ben Simmons. This could completely backfire in our face here. But we got nothing to lose. This is the only game. So, is there somebody on the outside that we want to play on? I want Landry Miller, Check, and Karl Anthony Towns. You know what, Cade, you get Tobias Harris, Zach LaVine. You know what? I'll give you Kendrick Nunn. We'll stick with the pace and space. We're going to play switch defense. Keep it all the same here. This is it. We're going to play and watch this one. It's game time, fellas. Let's go. Playing in front of the home crowd in Detroit. Switch this over to AI. Little Caesars Arena. Here we come. So, as you can see, 4 of their starters are who we're checking defensively. Shake Milton, we're kind of letting freestyle, but Saddiq Bey should be just fine handling him. But let's just get to it. Let's play. Is this the last game for our Pistons this season, or is this the beginning of our playoff lives? Let's find out. Okay, quick 3 from Saddiq Bey to open it. But of course, Shake Milton answers right back. Rubio bangs a 3 early. Okay. Shake Milton's got a quick 5. Is Shake going to be the one who destroys us in this one? That would be sad. All right. Karl Anthony Towns bangs a 3 as well. Milton and Towns both combined for the 10. Make it 12. Milton again. Oh boy. We are struggling. We're shooting 36% from the floor. They can't miss. They're 8 of 11. Up by 5. Can we slow them down whatsoever? Where's the D? Shake Milton with 7. I mean, look at my shooters. 2 of 4 for Cade is about as good as it gets. 1 for 3 for LaVine. 1 for 5 for Bey. Simons comes in and quickly misses. We're down 5 towards the end of the first quarter. Clearly not playing well, but we're hanging around. We're hanging around. Down 6 at the end of the first. Tyrese Maxey with 10 off the bench. Oh, man. Maybe we need to find... Anthony Simons was supposed to be that microwave scorer off the bench. But he just hasn't brought it this year like we were hoping for. Sure, he's playing behind Zach LaVine, but still, expecting a little bit more out of him. We're down 4. We're down 5. Maxey with 13. Tobias Harris getting hot. He's got 11. Cat back in the game. He's got 7. Simmons 7 and 5 with 3 boards, 2 steals and a block. He's filling the stat sheet, but he's got 2 fouls. We trail by 8. Zach LaVine is cold, 2 for 7 from the floor. So is Saddiq Bey. Guys, come on. We're down 11, closing into the 2-minute mark left in the first half. Things are getting ugly. Maxey with 14 off the bench. Oh, man. We cut it to 8. We cut it to 5. All right. We got a 7-point game heading into the break. Karl Anthony Towns with 13 and 8 and 3 assists. Oh, boy. They are shooting 53% from the floor compared to our 40%. We are 10 of 25 from deep, 40% from deep, and we're still down by 7. Our defense has looked horrid. Philly has 32 points in the paint compared to our 14. Do you think we might have needed to zone? Do you think we could have maybe kept them out of the paint with a big, heavy zone? Oh, did we screw ourselves out of this one? We're down 7 with 1/2 of basketball remaining. Let's see what we can do here. Now, Rubio hasn't exactly stopped Simmons, so maybe that move isn't really what we wanted to do. Maybe we're overthinking it. Three-point game. We're coming. Here we come. We're not playing. Don't play with me. Down 1. Don't play with me. We take the lead. Zach LaVine is now cooking. Cade Cunningham with 11, 6, and 6, not to be outdone by Ben Simmons. The Pistons rallying here in the third quarter. Tie ball game. Isaiah Stewart with 9 and 4, 5 blocks. The big man has balled out in these 2 games. Got to give him credit where it's due. Towns with 17, Maxey with 16, Tobias Harris with 14 and 9. Man, we knew Cat would get his, but the ancillary parts are really keeping Philly in this one. We're up by 4. Levine with 18. Simons with 11 off the bench. Okay, there he is. Landry Miller with 6 and 5 off the bench. Levine hits the 20-point plateau. We're up 7. We're up 5. Down the stretch of the third. A 10-point lead going into the fourth. Guys, can we do it? We got to hold on. Simmons back in the game. Drops a quick dime. 10-point game. Cunningham playing point guard now. 13, 7, and 10. Triple-double watch here in Detroit. We're up 15 with 9 minutes to go. Can we hold on? Simons in the game. Levine getting his final blow of the game before he goes the stretch run to close this sucker out. We're up 14 with 8 to go. Even the Pistons can't blow this one, right? No way. Killian Hayes giving us some solid minutes down the stretch here. But now the lead is down to 11 with 6 minutes to go. Back up to 14. Zach LaVine drills a triple. He's got 29 on the game. Huge performance. We're up 12 with 4:30. LaVine with 31 hits that 30-point mark. I mean, we can slow this down, but 13-point game with 3 minutes left. Detroit is going to go on to clinch that 8 seed over the hated Philadelphia 76ers. Up 12. The band is playing. Warm up the buses. Get these Sixers back to Philly. Their season is over. And there it is. There's your final whistle. Detroit Pistons 123. The Philadelphia 76ers 113. Player of the game goes to Zach LaVine. 38 big points. 5 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. And he locks up the 8 seed for the Detroit Pistons. Got himself to the line 12 times. That is clutch. We shot 40% from the game, from the three-point land. We shot 40% in both halves. That was huge. Absolutely huge. Turnovers, we won that battle 17-9. That changed the tide, I feel like, right there. Cade Cunningham with 18, 10 boards, and 7 assists. Hell of a performance by the young stud. Great. Simons coming off the bench for 14 points. Love to see that. Landry Miller a +7. And let's take a look at Philly's side. Simmons 17, 10, and 8 with 3 steals, 2 blocks. He really stuffed the stat sheet, but couldn't get it done down the stretch. Cat finished with 21 and 9 and 4 assists. Shake Milton had a big game, 22, 5, and 2. 1 steal, 2 blocks. You hate to waste a big Shake game. Tobias Harris with a double-double, but it just was not enough for Philly as we will watch the Pistons take on the Hawks in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So let's look at the playoff tree. In the Eastern Conference, we get those Hawks in the 1-8 game, as the Knicks and the Heat will do battle for 4 and 5. The Pacers and the Nets will lock up in the first round, while the Bucks and our Magic that we lost to will be the 2-7. Over on the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets are your 1 seed, and they get, oh good lord, they draw the Warriors as the 8 seed. That has got to be a nightmare 8 seed to take on. The Blazers and Clips for 4 and 5. Suns and Pelicans at 3 and 6. And the Grizzlies and Jazz will do battle as the 2 and 7 seeds. So, with that said, the next episode will see us take on the Atlanta Hawks in our first playoff action of this Let's Play series. Come on back, y'all. We're going to head down to the A and see if we can take down the 1-seeded Hawks.